Hello, everyone. We're happy to be back. Me, Karolis, and Marius. And today I
Hello.
have a topic. This topic is about respect. And my question for today is should respect be given as a birthright or it has to be earned? Because I grew up with ideology that elder people are deserving respect, and I have no doubt in that. What I'm asking is, should we look to every single human being with the respect, or we should demand earning that? What's your opinion on that, Marius?
That's actually a question, and I was thinking about that as well. If there's an elder person who's, let's say, 10, 20, 40 years older than me, should I give respect just because he's old and managed to survive longer than me, or that's like something what uh, what can be actually just thought of and not given as by default, let's say? Because if the person is not living according to my values and he hasn't done like nothing amazing, what I would consider amazing by my values, like I don't see why I should be showing respect to someone who I don't know the way they live their life. Like it's fine if their life is showing results which are valued through my perspective, that they lived a good life, an inspiring life where the person strived and achieved greatness in his own terms.
Can you
Then yes.
can you give 3 5 examples of what are the life traits that's worth a respect in your opinion?
Yes, it's if a person had children and he was looking after them, like he didn't neglect that he's a father or a mother, and he was growing his kids the way he understood. He was providing to them, he was looking after them, he grew up, he taught them how to be decent human beings. Such a person deserves respect in my eyes. If a person achieved great results, let's say in sports or in whatever topic he chooses to achieve, and he had to work for it, I think he does deserve respect. If a person is healthy at the age of 80 and he has bright mind, that as well deserves respect in my eyes. If someone is just basically alive, he's drinking daily and kind of neglecting his own life, like I can accept such a person, I just will not feel respect for that person.
My question then would be at this point, because it's very good that you gave the last example, is the like when you're driving in fog. Let's say it's a normal like single carriageway, and it's 60 miles per hour speed limit, and you are hit by a like tremendous see basically 10 meters, let's say, up front. Yeah, everybody is
Yeah.
slowing down. Is that means that everybody doesn't know how to drive, or they just see limited view? They see limited view. So what do you think is because why I asked about the respect, because that was my point really. Like what the answers you gave was really my point. Is I in my life I met quite, let's say, 10 or more thieves who spent time in prison for like crimes like this, all the pickpocketing, shoplifting, and all these bits. Yeah, and I couldn't say that these people earned a respect by being a great example as a father, being a successful athlete, maybe in running, but that's of course ironically. I don't know any success from their side about the business, or any noble achievements. But
Yes.
what I have seen what I have seen myself really is that sometimes the journey itself that the human being is going through, we don't know how many good things he done for somebody. You wouldn't even ever believe that he is able to do such good things.
Yeah.
And all this like social dogma, I could say that the visible results only are the results that are recognized. So can we then take a different position of a respect and split it up into respect, credibility, results, and maybe a few other segments? But because the respect itself, I respect the, you know, I respect, for somebody it's not even a result. Yeah, man, you're doing good, you are being yourself, but show me your cash flow, show me your assets, show me your trophies, show me that. And that sounds like a preconditioned mind, that has some certain modern era ideology of what earns the respect. Then let's take Japanese traditions. They bow to elders, because they're more wisdomous, they're more all these bits. And that's why I asked about the elders, because is the living alive just getting successful to get old and don't die from a car crash or a bug in your ear? Does it make you respect that one? But then when you said about that person who is drinking all his life, and like, why, I can accept his being, but why should I respect him? And then my question is like, do we see through him?
Yes.
What can you say about this? Because I think it's a good topic that we chose this today.
Always good topics. So it's very, very good that you mentioned what you mentioned, because that just kind of adds up. Like, for me to clarify my answer, it's more about being authentic. And if someone is choosing to drink daily, is fine. Like, some people, even drinking daily, can be authentic and still inspire others to change. It's not that drinking is bad. I mean that a person is kind of killing his true self. Like, if a person daily is choosing to change his state because he can't stay true to himself, he can't handle his clear mind and thoughts which are spinning when he's not on some kind of substance. That means that, for me, that shows that the person is choosing to be less authentic and just suppressing himself. And that's why actually eyes are the window of a soul, because it's very easy to see what type of a person you're dealing with just by looking into the person's eyes. Because yes, I
Okay.
did see people who are like 50 and they're still alive, and they're full of life. And that's, then I do respect them. Like, I don't need the kind of outside, like money or house or business. That I just see that the person is more authentic to himself, and that's a value for, like, in my eyes, and I will respect him automatically by the energy he's giving. If someone is drinking daily, yes, I will not be able to see his true self, but like, that's his choice not to be his true self. So, like, I don't need to respect someone who doesn't respect himself.
Hmm. It's like a mirror, yeah. So I really like the point that where you put that if somebody is drinking, they are not living their authentic self. Like, then they are
Yes.
like basically destroying their inner self. Um and i and i remembered one of my inner conversations where I had about addiction, and my question was for myself, like, why I was smoking weed for years. And I couldn't really like clearly answer that, because there was like a lot of different different ideas wandering in me. But I came to the point where I really understood, because the first addiction I had, I started to drink alcohol at a very young age. So I started to smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol when I was 12, and I was doing that till 17, like a proper one. And then I got of me, you are 17. Some of the people just starting and you're already quitting. And I was like, life experience, premature. But the thing was that with the alcohol, what you're doing, you are basically solving your social problems. So when you're having a drink, look to the people. Like I'm a bit involved in the nightclub industry, and I can tell you one thing: when people get drunk, they are crossing the boundaries. They are stepping above their insecurities. They're doing this thing. Yeah. So they basically, it's some sort of a psychological solution that is taking away your responsibility to sort it out yourself
Yes.
when you're sober. Same with weed.
Yes.
Bob Marley said it's giving him a time to be with himself. Isn't that a way of life where people can't be with themselves, in a natural state? Is that what's that the reason? Something is happening. There is a reason for that. And why I'm turning into this, because for that's why I have a natural respect for the being. It's not about how old he is. It's not about what he done. It's not even about his eyes, because it's already a being in front of me. It's being presented in front of me with certain meaning to it. My position about meaning and meaningless. Yeah. But
Yes.
the part where we put somebody in front, which is in general already a respect of presence. It's
Yes.
not about showing certain, that, you're good one, you're my G. It's not about that. Already adding that my G, you're a good one, is already some values getting in, some hierarchy getting in. Isn't that enough that we are the universe, and in each of us there is a pure gold, golden grail of this existence? And doesn't that already gives the point to respect?
No, not in my eyes.
Whoa! It's a good one. Okay, okay.
Just like I'm not. I do respect people who did certain things or are doing certain things, and for me, if I would respect whoever comes into my life, I would get lost into this like a maze of my thoughts, where then I can get inspired of using drugs or get inspired of having worse addictions. Because for me, whoever I respect, that's where my energy goes. Like, I will think about the person, I will think about person's choices, I will think how he got to where he is, because maybe I want to experience that experience he's having now. So if I'll start, like, for me it's just a wrong word. No, I will not respect whoever just because he's in my presence, or like he's there, like
No,
maybe he's
okay.
wasting.
Define the respect. Define the respect.
Respect, like, yeah, that's a good one. Respect is probably when I see a person superior in some topic, when which is important to me. Like, if I see that the person has chosen his path and he has knowledge in certain stuff, I will respect his knowledge. Let's say you have experience with business, right? So for me to listen what you're saying about business, I'm going to respect that opinion. Or let's say you choose to live life which is like entrepreneurship, which is full of ups and downs and trials and errors and everything in between. I will respect person in that he chose to embrace the challenges. I can't
Okay.
respect some. I can't respect a person who chooses to be more of a potato couch. Phew. How's that saying?
Potato couch, good one.
Yeah, someone who's just, there's no
Okay,
challenges and running from whatever challenge, even taking a small responsibility like cleaning your room. So if
all
that's too
right.
much to do in your life, I can't respect a person like that.
Okay, well then, okay, you made a very clear definition of a word respect. Okay, what means disrespect?
So it's the opposite of it. Opposite of what I just defined. Basically,
But can you like, okay, so by showing respect, you're listening, you're listening to someone, yeah, you show appreciation. So what kind of emotions then do you show for someone you disrespect? Because then, is it the opposite? So you are you in the neutral position where you show respect for one side? I'm so curious in this conversation. It's a good one. So let's give an example. Yeah, you have three people in the room. One of
yeah,
them is a walkie-talkie. He is like, let's do it today. It's not my first project. You can definitely see he's qualified lead. He's talking about corporate environment. All this boo boo. Yeah. Another one is sitting in a corner, purely silently observing the room. He's not getting into any conversation. And then you see the third one, which is looking at you like this. And
yeah,
you have three options. And you already made the first definition. So what is respect? So you're showing respect for the guy who's talking a lot. He's showing leadership capacity. He's showing the experience and incorporates all the things. Yeah. So you're showing respect for his knowledge. Now we have two other guys. So one is neutral and another one is disrespect. So I guess that you're gonna show disrespect for the guy who's looking at you like this. And the neutral part will be for the guy who is sitting in a corner, not even participating in a conversation. So can you now define the difference between showing the disrespect, being neutral in the respect manner, and yeah, just give me an example for those two guys, because that's where we get into very interesting point. If you will get along the way, you will like it.
it's not about like walkie-talkie. You mean that he walks his talk, like he
Let's
does what
say,
he
let's say,
says.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. You can feel he's experienced.
Yeah, so feel like it doesn't work with only words. So I usually observe people from their choices because words are just noise, which usually distracts from real values and choices.
You don't have time for choices, Marius. You don't
So
have time for
yeah,
choices. You are in the
then
room where you
yeah,
need either to show respect or disrespect.
it's only respect. It's like it's either
Okay,
respect
okay,
on
but based on what?
it's either respect or neutral, because usually the people who are the most silenced, they're the most usually the most dangerous.
Okay, okay,
So
that's the
so
one. How about the silent one and looking like this?
so for both who are not talking and doing nothing, there's just neutral, because I need to see what people are doing, that I would feel anything. If the person is talking about something what he understands in details, and I know that he has experience in that, then yes,
Okay,
it's a and like that the topic is interesting to me, then yes, it's a respect then. Because
okay. So
till I don't see
can we
people
can
doing.
we go then into a certain.
If I don't see people doing certain choices, so like actions, then like I don't see any respect or disrespect. Is just being there now.
Okay. So the point for me was why I was turning this conversation around, because we clearly came into the point where there is a certain criteria for respect, and opposite of the respect is a disrespect. So as myself, I grew up basically in a street life, yeah, and I have one lesson that really touched me in from that part of the way of life, is that you always show a respect, no matter you know them, you don't know this person, you are you familiar with him or you don't know, is it doesn't matter. You show the full respect as long as it doesn't touch the personal things. Yeah. So when you get
Yes.
into personal things, you either crush, you either drop, you either flow or whatsoever. Yeah, we can name the things. And what I really learned is that the respect for a human being is it should be a natural thing, not based on his age. Because look, when we see kids, babies, especially babies, oh, a little one, oh, he's a, kid, nice one. Yeah, you don't see like, big difference to him. Yeah. When you see someone elder, if you have some sort of a compassion in life, you can definitely say, big respect, because it's a gift. To become old is a gift, and this gift is not given to everybody, yeah, in this world. So
No, I don't
it's
agree on that.
natural, it's naturally. Ah,
I don't agree on that.
on which part? That being old
Well,
is a gift and is not given to everybody.
it depends. Like you can be old, have dementia, and have someone change your diapers daily. So no, it's not a gift. It's a more of a how to say it, misery, tragic,
Suffering, misery.
suffering. Yeah. Yes, suffering.
Mm, okay. I really saw one elder. Yeah, he needed the diaper changing. Um, but he was so clever enough to enroll you in such deep mental conversation that you could change the diapers yourself, at some point. So that's where, it's, yes, physical misery. Yeah, it's physical misery, but there is another part of experience, which is inner experience, and how, let's say, Stephen Hopkins,
Yeah.
he was tied to his chair, is like misery, is like full misery, but his life was a tremendous. I can't even explain what it was. His achievements are historical. So
Yeah.
where I'm turning to is really the difference between respect and disrespect, is that it's a gift to become old, because not everyone passes the 1 month age, it's like a thing. And with respect, I believe that every single one human being is worth a respect, but there is a big difference between showing a respect and going into acknowledging his credibility, acknowledging his skills, accepting his life story, or accepting his achievements. It's getting into hierarchy system. And I'm
Yes.
I'm I'm on the position uh, where we all won. And if I'm not able to show a respect for someone suffering, it's his own fault that he's suffering, then I can't show pure respect to myself. Then I always need to prove to myself that I'm worth a respect. And when you get into the room where the one word has a weight, when you now listen to this, when you get into the room where one word has a weight of the ton, and you need to prove that you are worth respect, you already lost. Because if you need to prove that you're worth a respect, you're already in a corner. They have the right to sit.
Yeah.
So
Then I'll say,
is that for me? Yeah, 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 Marius, of course.
for me, the conclusion on this would be that I probably take everyone with like I meet everyone with respect and like cautious, and then there's difference between showing respect and keeping that respect. Like I can meet you first time and respect, and then second time I meet you, the respect can be gone just because of
It can it
some.
can be it can be nothing, like nothingness. It's like uh, it's it's either you master my emotions or I'm mastering my own way.
Explain.
Like if your word, okay, so let's say we having a conversation, and now I said something to you and that triggered you and you became angry. I became your
Yes.
master.
Yes.
I'm controlling your shit that you can't collect inside of you. But if I'm saying something harsh to you and you're like, that sounds interesting. There is no master is you because nobody took your own mastership out of your hands.
Yes.
You were staying with yourself in that. So with the respect point is that if you need somebody to prove to you that they are worth of respect, you are judging them based on the book cover, what you're gonna read from eyes, what you're gonna read from body language, if you're gonna see him with a bottle or you're gonna see with a joint or a cigarette, that gonna create a hierarchy system of what is good or wrong. Yeah, because
Yes.
if he didn't achieve something, it means
Yes.
he wasted a lot of time. If he is constantly drinking, then he is killing his authentic self. But there is a lot more to that, as you understand why it happens,
Yeah.
uh,
Fine.
what
Yes.
is the main triggers. Huh?
Yeah. And at the same time, I have to respect myself more than I would just waste my energy or my respect to people who chooses to live by their own values, which are not aligned with mine. So I respect myself enough to step out of a relationship or friendships or whatever
Without
like that.
without
So there,
so it's like
that means
it's
that I
not
respect
about.
more than I respect them.
Okay, because I feel it's equal, because I respect my own
No.
time as much as I respect your time. So let's say we agree to do a podcast, yeah, and third time in a row, let's say I'm not messaging you that I can't be on time. Okay, so
Yeah.
it shows that I don't really care about your time and I'm not respecting your time, and but at the same time not respecting my own time. It's today it looks like, I don't respect your time only, but my inability to take responsibility, my inability to be accountable in
Yeah.
front of you to show the respect shows my inner disrespect to myself, because that's a form of humiliation. When you
So like,
don't keep the promises,
yes.
yeah, when you don't keep the promise, you humiliating yourself, you're lowering your self-esteem. And yes, you can cover it with a harsh reality of, I don't give a f. But
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's a humiliation. So if it's a direct reflection of how you feel inside, it's a coping mechanism. Is just a fight or flight.
What is coping mechanism now? Like when I someone is not doing what they should, like what I think they should be doing. Like that's what I explained before was about respecting other people or people who I meet
Some
for
some sort of some sort of
so it's different from me respecting myself. So I do respect everyone. It's just not everyone is worth keeping that respect. Maybe with time I will respect myself more. That I know that I need to make different choices. If I chose once or twice that I have to meet someone or do a podcast with you, and then 3 times in a row you do something, I will speak about it. And then if nothing changes, then I'm doing my own decisions, which were different from what happened before. Because like I usually try to come into situations without expectations, and then see what happens through the process. Otherwise, like, of course, now I get goals. I'm thinking about what outcome I want, what I would like, what I would consider as achievement or a goal to achieve, that I would say that, yeah, that's completed. or like a milestone where I would say, yeah, that's a nice achievement, kind of celebrate what I've done. But at the same time, that's how I understand respect. I don't know. Is there anything more clear, or it's more questions in your head now after all the conversation?
No, I think we reached the 30 minutes mark, and this podcast, we're gonna cut it in parts. We're gonna do reels on this one, and then we're gonna reevaluate the things what we said, because this podcast, I believe, is one of the best what we've done yet. We didn't made a lot of them, but we had a heated conversation. We had very good points on different perspectives that are important. I believe what we're doing here with all this show, with all this podcast, that we're tapping into points which are not. It's like going hiking. It seems that you're going to the top of the mountain, the hiking point, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one of the
Yes.
most boring parts, because the most interesting part is exploring the journey on the mountains. It's not the destination what it matters. It's the journey, it's the process. So when we tapped into the respect, we started where? We started with a social dogma of respect to elders. And now we came
Yes.
into the level where sometimes one word of doubting a respect that you are worthy of respect in front of someone is eliminating your respect. The fact that somebody has to earn the respect by having a general respect, is a lot of different points that we will segment, and we will have definitely more conversations on this. We have a segregation. We have a dual world. We have races, nationalities. We have religions, and in order to be one world nation, respect has to be unconditional, and that's why we're going to hit this a lot. So it was my pleasure today to share with you guys, and Marius was going crazy today, so we have to say big thank you to Marius for sharing all this, because it's really really important that we talk about these things. My pleasure.
Okay. Thank you, guys.